Okay, so from the title of this video, you can see what we're doing. We're making an arrow, and for step one, we're going to have to make the arrow shaft right here. I don't know exactly what wood this is, but I went down to my river and found a bunch of these different arrow shafts that I'm drying out. So I've just tightly bundled them together with some bark. Hopefully it's not too windy. So we're going to show you how to make this. So I'm taking one of the arrow shafts out of here, and here's one. Needs a little bit of bending, sorry about that. And I'm just going to take a knife and slowly carve away at this. Now if you didn't let them dry like me, this bark will come off real easily. This is still a little wet, so it comes off fairly easy. But basically you want to do this the whole entire thing. And then once you get it to here, to this stage, when you have it all cleaned off, you want to look down. Let's see if I can move the camera. You want to look down at it and notice how it's got a couple kinks at the end. So you want to go over and just kind of bend those back until you get it as perfect as you can get it. And I'm just making slight adjustments to the way this will spin. You want to be as close as you can get it. So once you get it decently close, this isn't really close at all. Every now and then I might have to tweak it around, but I'll show you the next step, which is making the arrowhead. So the video should be around 4 times the speed, and my camera actually cut off on me when I was making it. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
You can just move over now. You never came around, never came around, never came around. You can just forget it now. You never came around, never came around, never came around. You can just move over now. You never came around, never came around, never came around. You can just forget it now. You never came around, never came around, never came around. And if you must come my way, I will put you back in place. And if you must come my way, I will put you back in place. And when you're broken, or when you're slowly breaking down, and when you're sorry, said I'm sorry to let you down.
Okay guys, so what I've done was I finished my arrowhead. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. It came out fairly decent. It was just a little bit too thick, but this was some really strong chert, so yeah, so it was pretty hard to get this thing down. The other thing I did off camera was putting these nocks in right here. I also did one in the back. That's where your string on your bow will go. I still have to fix it a little bit, but other than that, that's fine. But I also made a little taper, as you can see right there. Hopefully you can see that. And I made this piece pretty wide because how wide my arrowhead was. So
let's see if I can get this on here. Okay, hold on, I can't get this on yet. Okay, there we go. Let's flip it around.
I want it straight with the arrow. Hopefully like that. So set this off to the side without dropping it. Let this car pass real quick. Alright, so how I made those notches was I took my knife, or I took a, I don't have it with me, I took a small flake off a piece of flint, and I gave it a serrated edge, and I used it like a saw. Now, for the front one, because it was so wide, I had to use a small hacksaw and a small knife to carve out, the inside so it would fit the arrowhead. So let's move these two things off to the side. I have some string because I don't have deer sinew quite yet. I should be getting some here soon, hopefully, because it's deer hunting season, so my neighbor will get me some of that. But this is just the inside of a paracord, and I'll show you what I glue mine with. I like my arrows to be strong. Even for decoration, I like them to be nice. So I use some JB Weld. This stuff is a 5-minute epoxy, but it takes about 12 hours for it to fully cure. It has no stickiness at the end, so that's kind of why I like this. It's a 2-part epoxy. Definitely worth it. I have made pine pitch glue in the past, but the thing is it's tacky, and if it's too hot, it'll melt, and it can throw your point off, and then once it gets too cold, it'll freeze, which is what you kind of want. Alright, so real quick, let's get this arrowhead on here. So I'm going to start it right behind. So as you can see, I wrap. I'm going to take this and wrap over and make an X. And then put that nice and neat next to that one. And then you can twist this just like that all the way down. Now right around here is where I need to cut it off. Let's see here. Okay, so I just cut this off. trying to look through the camera is not the easiest thing. There we go. And you just want nice tight wraps. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, whoops, I have a little bump. Okay, there. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping this down quite a ways because I have, in case this piece splits, this will keep this together just like that. So now I'm going to wrap up, kind of spiral it up, and I'm going to get as close to this knock or notch as I can. And I'm going to put the arrowhead in now. And I'm going to make my first one not tight, then come under it, and then behind. Okay, sorry about that, my camera turned off, but what I've done is I have done these two loops, and my arrowhead is still loose, so I have to be careful. And then I'm going to make some locking wraps right here, and now I can probably, whoops, do one nice tight one while holding my arrowhead, and then another nice tight one, and now you can really crank on those and make them pull down. I'm probably gonna do 2 more loops and then around the arrowhead, okay, and 1 more. Okay, and now I can start working this piece. Basically, I just want it to get smooth. And that's almost out of thread. So as you can see, that's pretty smooth. Now we're going to do a half hitch. Hold this and pop your thread through. Let's see if you can see that. Pop your thread through this little hole. Take it. And that tightens up that little knot that you just made. You want to make a couple of those. So again, make the knot or the hole. Put this through the hole and tighten up. Hold up. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the camera and do this, but it's a lot harder than it looks when you're looking through the camera. And 1 more. But we're putting JB Weld on, so it should do pretty well without them. Actually, 1 more, I think, and then we're good. So what I've done is I have put some JB Weld and I have mixed it up, and now I've just applied it here, and yeah.